Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm sitting next to my Valentines Day Village. If you saw my last post, you would see that I got a huge haul from Michael's with these amazing farmhouses that I turned into a Valentine's Village for an Advent calendar that was sent to me by Amber, and all that information is linked below. So what I'm here to show you today is the newest bundle for this first week in February, and that is the Carousel line. You guys, I've been hanging on to this one for a while because I love this collection, and honestly it is so hard to part with, but it's time, and I know you guys already know it most likely, and you'll love it. So in this bundle you will receive this embellishment pack. You get the pom-poms, there's 113, the gold sequins, the stars, as well as the ephemera pack, and it has wonderful carousel pieces. There's 50 ephemeras with tickets. It even has some stars and buttons in the collection there as well, and they have a gold glitter on the accents of some of the ephemera as well. And speaking of gold accents, this has gold foil on the paper pack. So inside this is 24 6x8 pieces of paper. You also will receive the 6x12 cardstock stickers, beautiful pinks and mint greens and all my favorite colors. Also from Carousel, you'll get not one but two of the cut-aparts. And the reason why I've included two is because I wanted to give you a chance to work with this as a 12x12 if you wanted, or have the extra cut-aparts, as well as be able to cut this sheet into all the different pieces. Speaking of cutting into pieces, this is a rarity. I'm not sure if you saw this, but it is amazing. Each ticket on this 12x12 is perforated. They all have, well, most of them have a gold foil on them as well, and they're pre-punched. And this brings, it's about 50 tickets that are on this whole sheet. So that's included in this as well. As another thing from Maggie Holmes, it is from the Flea Market collection. It's this kind of bokeh print, and it's really very pretty vellum, and it matches the colors in this collection, and there's lots of fun uses that you can have for that. The non-carousel thing that I saw these papers and just had to have to create a layout for my 12x12 album with these Dear Lizzie, Lovely Day, Up, Up and Away. On the back there are the hot air balloons, but on the front there's this beautiful ombre that is the perfect colors for this collection. I can show you guys what I've already created with it. So I've taken some pictures of one of our trips to the fair, and I've done this 12x12 layout. I'll show you closer up images of all of the different details, the gold stitching, and just everything about this is fun and suited to the collection perfectly. Here's the other side of that layout, and in this I actually did use some of the 12x12 chipboard that's not included in this kit, but all of these are the tickets. They're sewn with a gold edge, and again this backdrop that you receive. So here I was talking about using this 12x12 cut-apart page as a backdrop, and that's what I've done for this one. So I thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be creating all sorts of projects for you to see and enjoy. If you want to just come along and see what I've created with Carousel, please do so. And I thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye. So now I'm going to create for you some little embellishments that I have pre-cut from the 6x 8 paper pad, and I've really used the sheet efficiently. You can see I've cut some butterflies out of the bottom after I ran the first sheet through the Cuttlebug and made those cute little butterflies, as well as the tags. I have already pre-splattered some of the tags with a gold Heidi Swap color shine and let that dry. These tags here have a nice embossing on them, as well as some gold foil that the papers already had on them, so they didn't need extra gold on top of that. I've also pre-stitched some of the branding strips and even side strips. I utilized every possible ounce of paper that I could from that collection. And then here is the tinsel that I got from my Michael's goodie bag. That was $4. If you haven't seen that haul video, it was one of the things that I got numerous ones. I will never use it all, but I did incorporate it into this project a little bit. So I also pulled in some feathers to have on my table as well. There's a little splattering of some little embellishment bits that I got in a advent calendar that was sent to me in a happy mail. It was a advent calendar that was regularly having chocolate inside, and it was turned into a paper crafter's advent calendar. Miss Avali has created that for me, and I can link below my video where I received that happy mail from her and everything that was inside. So I thought I would incorporate some of those little pieces and details into this embellishment cluster that I'm going to create. So I've done a lot of work ahead of time by pre-stitching those branding strips, and that's a really good little hack idea. If you pre-stitch some things, then you can tuck them under a project where you want to see the stitching, because so often when you layer as much as I do, the stitching gets mostly hidden anyway. And even in this instance, when I create the final product, a lot of the stitching is hidden. But if you stitch the branding strips ahead of time, or little cutoffs of paper, then you're utilizing your products so you get the most out of the stuff that you have. And you're also not having to worry about the back having stitching on it if you were making like a tag flip and you didn't want the stitching to be seen on the back, or a card, or any number of things. So pre-stitching little strips of paper is a really handy idea that I really enjoy doing. So I'm just going to layer together a number of different pieces from the die cuts and tags that I've cut apart, and then I'm going to go ahead and embellish it with all of these little pieces that I have here. And I just start gluing things down and putting everything together. It turned out so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I just love this line. I love these colors. So much fun to work with. I pulled in the 6x12 cardstock stickers here to add a sentiment as the feature focal point of this embellishment cluster. And I am going to create more. One of the other tricks I like to do is to take some of the gold thread, wrap it around my finger, and then stick it in behind. So it just gives a little peek of some more gold and some more thread, another layer, another texture, very subtle. You only see the tiniest little bit of it, but it really adds to a project. The more you look at them, the more you start to see all the little details and things that have been added. So I tie on a stitched ribbon to this little circle tag that has embossing on it, and it's cut from the carousel line, so everything is coordinating, everything is tied into each other. So there's stitching in the ribbon, there's stitching in the project, and I'm going to play around and see which embellishments match. And I really like the swan on this, but I decided to save it for another project because what I really wanted to use was a beautiful little rosette that I got from another Happy Mail. This was sent to me in a secret Cupid swap. I can link down Amber's channel below, again, like I mentioned at the beginning with my Valentines Village. This was day 3 of my advent calendar swap opening, and she sent me these beautifully detailed mini rosettes that are just the perfect accent for this project. So I had to incorporate them since I got them today, and I could not wait to use them. They are just adorable on this project, and they end up being exactly what I needed. It provides a little bit of height, wonderful texture. It's got that exact gold sparkle that matches in everything else, and I was so happy to receive those. Rosettes are something I have actually not yet tried to make myself, but after receiving so many beautiful ones in Happy Mail, I'm going to have to try it because they are a wonderful embellishment to add to projects, and I'm really enjoying them a lot. So I also bring in some enamel dots to add one more finishing touch to the embellishment cluster. It adds, again, another layer of texture, and it ends up turning out just adorable. These colors make me so happy. I love everything about this. I created more with the products and techniques shown to you in the last video. I thought I would just give you an overview of what each of them look like. They all incorporate the same butterflies, die cuts. That flower ephemera is my favorite from the Carousel package. You Are Wonderful, again, utilizing, in addition here, a few little things like that bow tied with some twine and a couple of little enamel dots and a sequin tucked underneath. This one I put on top of 2 doilies, and I tucked some ribbons. There's those tickets from that cut apart sheet, and the last one here is my favorite. This one has that adorable bird, and I love the way the feathers almost look like they're coming out of the bird. That wasn't planned, but when I put it there, I was moving it all around, and it was like, this is the spot. I really wanted to save that one for something special, and that was definitely the place. So lots of layering, and I thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed and you like my videos, please do so now. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and we will see you again next time. As an added bonus, if you want to see a close-up view of the Valentines Day Village, stay tuned all the way until the very end, and you can see everything that was created there. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. Here's a glimpse at my Valentine's Day Village created with Simple Stories Kissing Booth by Amber. It's so gorgeous. It makes me so happy every time I see it.